but today we are going to react to Ty's new video. I don't know how to say your name, your last name. Oyolvilla. I don't know how to say your last name, man, but we're gonna react to your video. I investigated the city where every drug is illegal.
This is Portland, Oregon, the city where every drug is legal. Drug addiction, homelessness, crime. Perhaps a few side effects of decriminalizing every drug, or so I think. Many believe this city is a government experiment gone wrong. But how did this all happen and what can be done to fix it? So I met up with Kevin, a social worker born and raised in Portland whose life mission is to save this city before it's too late.
I'm born and raised Portland, Oregon. I've worked in social services a couple decades now, primarily working with the homeless. I have watched as this has grown into a legitimate crisis. I believe we can solve this with just applying a little bit of common sense, a little effort, and a lot of passion. Those are 2 fentanyl users right there. We're already in kind of the heart of it. In this 1 block radius, there's at least 50 camps. You're gonna see a lot of overdoses out here. I carry Narcan, which is an opioid blocker. Because of Measure 110, this decriminalized all drug use. It's now just an open air drug scene. Well, smash and grabs are very common in Portland. We have a lawlessness city now. We have cops that can't even pursue. They're not even really allowed to because it's not serious enough. And we're gonna walk past the Chinese garden here to an encampment. In any major encampment, there's a mayor, which is a homeless person who's in charge of the encampment. I'm gonna introduce you to one of the mayors. Be a little discreet with the camera until we say hi. So I don't know these two. Keep that in mind.
Put it down. Put it down. Everybody down there. Kevin?
I want to see if JB and Kate.
Yeah, you guys on right now.
All right, well then we walk away. Well, I've been here longer than you, brother. Hey man, I'm Kevin.
Oh, Kevin is bold right now.
JB
JB don't live here.
Oh, did he move?
Neither does K9. Now get on.
Where's K9?
I don't know where.
Let's go. You are the boldest man I've ever met in my life. I'm going to be honest.
So what it appears is that we have a leadership change, and I noticed that right away because I didn't recognize them.
The new mayor's been reelected.
Either he's been reelected or he just took the office.
Oh, damn.
What was the likelihood of him using physical violence to beat her up?
Yeah, I'd say there was a high likelihood.
Yeah.
He did have his knife out, and luckily we got away. Yeah, I've been here multiple times the last couple years, and I've built a really strong rapport with these people. And I've only been gone here for a week. I know of a homeless camp that's about 1.5 miles from here, and a guy has shotguns in the trees where if you step the wrong place, it's going to shoot you.
And this was the moment I realized Kevin is insane. How many other times have you been assaulted?
I've been stabbed twice. I've been punched multiple times. I've had needles shoved into my back, hypodermic needles, so I had to get tested for HIV. Had a guy try to cut my head off with a machete last year. He chased me full speed, and the only reason I lived is because I dove last second as he swung. And after we called the police and he was arrested, he said, "I was trying to kill you because I wanted to be murdered by the police." So I got hit once. He was upset I was filming him. The reason why I was filming him is because he was committing a crime. Right? Punched me again, knocked me to the ground, got hit in the head, got kicked, and then he walked away.
Damn.
You're a patient guy, I gotta say.
You know, they're hearing voices, command voices that might say,
Kill him.
I need to kill Tyler.
After hearing how many times Kevin's
shit.
nearly been killed out here doing this, we went downtown to talk to some drug addicts to figure out how this all happened. So what's going on here? Is this fentanyl use?
Well, I'm gonna go talk with him really quick.
Okay, this looks like someone's stripping potentially.
Hey, I'm with my friends. I was wondering if you would want to talk to him for a second for $5. Is this something you would want to do, dear? No? Okay. So this is, she is severely mentally ill. She's holding a fentanyl pipe, and as you see, her pants are completely down.
Oh, I see. I did not notice that.
And, she really is someone who needs serious mental health treatment, and she's not getting it out here. So fentanyl has completely replaced almost all other drugs.
Okay.
It got really popular the last couple of years. Started, we think in Philadelphia.
Origin point is Philadelphia, Kensington, where we went?
That's what we believe. Trink and Fetty really started there. Because you use needles.
So what's going on here?
He seems to be symptomatic, so I'll go say hi to him and see if I can offer him a cigarette. Right?
These 2 people as well seem to be tripping, doing fentanyl or what?
Yeah, and right in front of, a bar and grill.
A bar and grill.
A lot of businesses around here are closed down because of the crime, because of the drug use. This is my friend Tyler.
How you doing?
I see you're holding a fentanyl straw. Do you want to share with me when you started using fentanyl? Almost everybody on the streets now are using fentanyl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long you been out here?
A while. I don't remember exact date for how long.
Okay.
Let me
Damn.
ask you, is anybody out here helping you get off the streets?
Nope.
Take care of yourself, man.
How you doing, sir? So you're doing fentanyl right now, yeah?
I was loading some speed.
Do you do any other drugs besides speed?
Yeah, I mean, I do drugs occasionally.
Okay. What are we talking here? Fentanyl?
I do mushrooms, LSD. I like MDMA,
Wow.
MDA, 2CB, 2CC7, 2CI, 2CE.
It's a lot of drugs, yeah.
People out here approaching you and offering help, you know, like outreach workers.
So you feel like no one's really giving you help out here?
When you're homeless, dude, you have to like have a house to get a job.
Sure.
You can't do it the other way around. Be able to shower before work.
Okay.
You have to know that you're gonna be able to sleep and get up at that
Are
time.
you afraid to be out here at night?
I mean, sometimes like a week ago, I was sleeping in my sleeping bag, and I set up someone yelling at me, and he started socking me in the face. I couldn't walk the other day, and they took me to the hospital, and they like kicked me out. And I had an episode where I couldn't even get up at the hospital, and they're just like, bye. I felt very underwhelmed and underappreciated.
The people out here.
He's breathing unnaturally. You okay, brother? You okay?
Hey, Stu, you good?
You okay, bro? Okay.
Yeah, he
He's falling asleep?
deep breathes.
Okay.
And like seriously,
Yeah.
these cold nights that we've had,
Yeah.
if people weren't high out here, they'd die from freezing.
Well, thank you for your time, Johnny. Appreciate it. The situation for these homeless seemed brutal, but how
Wow.
did Portland get to this point? As we walked around the corner, I saw another guy injecting a needle into his arm. My name's Tyler, Jay. Good to meet you. Jay, what are you shooting up here? Xylazine?
No.
No?
Good old-fashioned white boy meth.
Got it.
How long you been out here? How long you been homeless in Portland?
I've been homeless since 96.
So 1996.
Jesus.
How dangerous is it out here on these streets?
It's gotten a lot worse. Just in the last year, I've seen 3 different shootings where somebody's been shot and killed.
Hey, brother.
How you guys doing?
Number one thing homeless people need.
You think it's housing?
Yeah,
17,000 ghost houses in this city.
And most are telling us that no one's out here really approaching you all.
They're stealing everybody's stuff.
You have people steal from you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Those guys are the
Rapid
biggest
response,
thieves around.
they are the worst. Rapid response goes into people's camps, gives them 72 hours to get out. And if they're not out in that 72 hours, they take everything they own and they got to start over again. There shouldn't be anybody homeless right now.
Yeah.
$3.2 billion. If I had that money, I'd
distribute.
bought all those houses and gave it every person that needed a home.
Once you give them the home, what happens next with the drug price?
That's up to them. It's going to take at least 5 years for them to get adjusted.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what if they don't pay their bills and they fall further into addiction and use the homes or destroy it?
That's the risk with dealing with humans.
I'm an addict.
Yeah.
I've been out here 48 years homeless off and on.
Wow.
Homeless here clearly felt left behind by the city. What led to so many of them ending up on the streets in the first place? Have a great day. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, hey, brother. Does your family know you're out here? No? Okay. How old are you? You're 22? Okay. You know, you can recover from this. You know this, right? You know how to get into a shelter? Let's try to go into a shelter tonight and see how it works. Will you? Please?
With a 22-year-old kid on the streets,
Wow.
barely able to speak anymore, common sense would argue drugs have an obvious and
He's
major
basically
role
my
in this
age, bro.
homelessness
Like,
crisis.
that's
What is
crazy.
the city doing to help this? So Kevin, you said the shelters, so there are places these people could go to?
The shelters, you get stolen from more in the shelters than
I
you do
see.
out here. You can live in a tent in a park, or you can go to a shelter where there's 91 bunk beds in one large room with no air conditioning, where people are coughing all night. There's some people living right under here, and I just want to introduce you to them if they're still here. So it
Damn,
is
it
Saturday.
smells immediately like.
I know.
Hey there, how you doing, man? I noticed you have a suitcase. Is that what you used to carry all your things and you move from place to place every night?
Yeah, it's just a blanket, some cans.
How easy is it to get your hands on fentanyl out here?
Oh, crazy.
And you know what this is, of course.
Yeah, it's,
Have you ever had to use one of these on yourself or someone else? Or
somebody's had to use it on me like 5 times.
how many times have you tried to quit?
No, I need to be brutally honest with you. This isn't gonna last. You're not gonna last another year or two out here, brother.
I'm not.
You'll be dead in a year if you don't stop. Know this, right? Please. Would you go into a shelter, or go into treatment, or detox?
I go to shelters.
And there's a shelter right here.
I know where it is.
Okay, right on.
So we see
Yeah.
a lot of people in wheelchairs with the unable to walk that are stuck out here homeless.
Okay.
And they're, of course, the ones being victimized more than anybody. They're assaulted because they can't chase them, run away, any of that.
Sure.
And that's very common, sadly.
Kevin, what is this right here? Blanchett House of Hospitality?
Plant has been offering food to the homeless for decades.
Okay.
Look,
Wow.
I'm all about helping a person meet their basic needs, but let me ask you this.
Yep.
If you feed a person 10 years in a row, have you done them any good? You got to teach a man to fish.
And out of nowhere, we heard this in the distance.
And I'm like, you know what? That's actually true. This is neglect. Yeah.
Let's go.
So that was a gunshot.
Okay, let's go.
So let's go.
So how often do you hear gunshots out here, and who just got blipped?
Well,
Someone just got shot, you think?
I don't know, but that was a gunshot.
Okay, you're used to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you hear them.
It was pointed at us? Okay.
It did actually come from the camp we were kicked out of an hour ago when the guy pulled a knife on us. You know, murders are common out here. I mean, one way to get away with a murder out here is to call it an overdose. This happened to one of my clients recently, is they put 2 fentanyl pills in his drink, and he wasn't a user and died of an overdose. It was, you know, the fentanyl
Wow.
powder, and they put it in his drink. Actually, they did it sort of as a joke. He overdosed and died.
So we're not gonna get fentanyl overdosed.
There's a 60% chance that's not going to happen.
And you have Narcan in case I touch it or Pasha touches it or you touch it.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
But tell me about decriminalization of drug use in Portland.
Portland, or really the state of Oregon, decided to decriminalize drugs was because some had argued that we shouldn't make drug use punitive and that we need to offer treatment. And that sounds great.
But Portland took inspiration from places like Portugal and the Netherlands, places that successfully decriminalized drugs. But the big difference between them and Portland is that they had rehabilitation systems in place that they proved to work before they did it. Kevin thinks that Portland forgot to include
Recovery, detox, treatment, all that stuff that they promised really isn't happening. A
Wow.
person who's using drugs oftentimes have gone through a trauma. And so what they lack is rational thinking. And so people who already make poor choices are unable to really stop using anyway, but now you've given them the freedom to use as much as they want.
Sure.
And that's terrifying.
But why did the people of Portland vote for this? So we went to Fentanyl Fountain to ask the locals their opinion on
Oh,
the
nah.
decriminalization of
Fentanyl
drugs. This
Fountain
is
is
the
crazy.
Fountain. Fentanyl
Of
Fountain?
course, any other day of the week, it's going to be a completely different scene here.
Does it get worse throughout the week?
Yeah, they come here Friday night and just and sweep everybody and clean it up. Yeah, and then the vendors come here and, you know, set up shop.
How long you been out here in Portland?
Almost 20 years.
You were here
from
before and
upstate New
after
York.
decriminalization?
I was,
Okay.
and it got progressively worse for a number of years, but they're definitely cutting the meth with fentanyl, because there'd be people running around that were really happy in the morning, just losing their shit in the afternoon.
How does this place change after today?
There are quite a lot of
Okay.
wandering people who don't have homes that do spend a lot of
Okay.
time here.
Definitely have seen a lot of downtown businesses really struggling, not necessarily with the legalization of drugs, but just people camping in their doorway.
Have you been in Portland for many years?
My whole life.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. So you've seen Portland before decriminalization and after?
Sure.
Have you seen any impact on downtown or? Okay.
I hope you guys have an awesome day.
Oh, okay. You too. Okay, we're noticing some general resilience, but
Well, there is, because
Sure.
about 60% of the people voted for this
see.
measure. They're not going to change their opinion.
I feel like the decriminalization of drugs
Yeah.
turned into the decriminalization of crime. You know, when you need help, the police don't show up.
do you support the decriminalization of drugs here?
Yeah, of course I do, because it's no longer like
Our jails aren't filling up with junkies.
Got it. Okay.
yes, drugs aren't bad. They're just preferred
What the
for
fuck
those
is
people
that?
Can properly use them.
Do you use drugs harder than weed out here?
Unfortunately, yes. I take breaks.
Okay.
And not everyone can do that. Out here, I mean, people are still dying. I
So-
died last week.
So you got hit with the Narcan, or
Yes.
it doesn't work very well? Said it didn't work.
I had to have injectable.
Okay. And you almost died?
I did die.
Oh, you died and you were brought back. Does that scare you?
Oh,
or does it
shit,
lead you
what
to be
the
like,
f-
Damn, I should stop using, or is it just so hard to the withdrawal?
Nah. The way that this guy said it, it was hilarious. Not to lie. I thought last week.
Out here, I mean, people are still dying. I
So-
died last week.
It's
Do you-
crazy.
or does it lead you to be like, damn, I should stop using, or is it just so hard to the withdrawal syndromes or whatnot?
All three.
Yeah, we've both died a couple times. That's why we've chosen not to mess with fentanyl anymore.
Sure. Hi there.
My name's Catherine. I'm currently unhoused because my wallet, ID, and phone were stolen a few months ago. It is impossible to get an ID when you are homeless. I want to work a job. I want to live inside. I was thrown out of my parents' house. I didn't use. They kicked me out for being queer and openly coming out to them. And then I had one argument with her. I told her to F off. The next day, she bought me a Greyhound ticket, sent me here. I have nothing. It's been 3 months since then. I was reported missing by someone on my TikTok account, not by them. They know where I am. They sent me here to be homeless, to die on the streets because I'm queer. I worked at a homeless shelter and
Wow.
came out as a she-they, non-binary, gender-fluid individual.
What the
I told them,
fuck?
She-they. It's no longer she-her, she-they. And then I was fired.
There were a lot of mixed opinions on the legalization of drugs, but the impact on downtown Portland was unavoidable.
Eddie!
How you guys doing?
Word!
All right. While everyone else is busy getting high, Kevin wanted to show me another camp where someone tried to kill him.
Here a few weeks ago, and there was a very unhappy person who tried to physically assault us who was living here. So that's why I was just saying be a little mindful of that.
So look at that. You see those 2 propane tanks?
Oh yeah, and that's what causes the tent fires.
Got it.
And the explosions.
Hi there. Good to meet you.
Just want to learn more about this crisis and kind of where we went wrong.
There's a lot of different steps to that issue.
Pretty complex.
Yeah, like every other person that walks by is asking for Fetty or whatever.
Got it.
Or blues.
Do you feel safe out here?
Lately, not so much anymore. I hear
And why is that?
stories about violence against women.
Sexual assault and that sort of thing, or?
Well, not just that, like murder, actual murder.
Oh, murder. Okay. If we were to go out to where we went earlier today, at night, what would we hear? What would we see?
You're going to hear screams, usually sexually assaulted.
Okay.
You know, I interviewed a homeless guy just a couple days ago. It says, I hear blood-curdling screams every night, and the most terrifying thing is when the screams abruptly stop. There is a known serial rapist that has been going to 10 to 10 at night, raping as many women as he can. I've interviewed 5 different women who have been raped by the same person in the same area.
And the police haven't done anything about it?
Well, none of the women have pressed charges because they're scared he will kill them. His nickname is the Viper.
Life seemed harsh and dangerous for the homeless people in downtown Portland. But without reliable housing to go back to, reporting certain criminals means they'll have to return back to camps to face those who assaulted them in the first place.
Yeah.
What about the homeless people who have moved to the outskirts of Portland? What's going on here?
Well, this is the infamous long line of RVs. We're going to be able to count at least 100 of them.
Yep. Look at all these RVs.
Where are the services that help these people? The fact that there's families out here stuck in RVs in the middle of summer is just really unacceptable.
As we drove past hundreds of RVs with homeless families living in cars, I realized that homeless people were living anywhere here to survive.
There was a couple families living in these tunnels that kind of go underground Portland.
Okay, but even among the homeless, hierarchies, status, and power have developed in unexpected ways. All right, we've made it.
Right across the way, these are $1 million condos. It's where the homeless live, and they have the identical view. Really incredible architecture. Anybody home? Hello? Anybody home? Hello?
So no one's home?
Probably not.
Is it risky for us to be here?
Well, yeah, I don't want to invade their space too much.
There's like a machete and an axe right there. All right, let's get out of here. And they've kind of finessed the system by not buying $1 million property over here and just, building one instead.
So this is literally tens of thousands of pieces of driftwood, and someone has tunneled in, and there's a camp inside of here.
Whoa, that's crazy. And they have boats right here to go on the water and explore.
This would be like a 600-foot, one-bedroom apartment.
So how many people do you think live in these communities with max capacity?
I believe about 15.
15. So
Wow.
this is truly the upper elite, the Bill Gates of the homeless out here. Full-on mega mansion, bike in there, mayor presumably of this community.
And what makes this extra special is he's the only one with a pier.
Oh, that's beautiful. This place right here, pristine, beautiful. And then a nice access point to a nice little ocean view.
The detail, look at the bricks.
Oh my God, you're right.
That's detail, that's incredible.
Oh, wow.
This is crazy. It's very creative what they've done out here. Sure.
These are humans. It doesn't matter who you voted for. Can't we all work together?
Oh, shit.
The shit out of me, dude.
It scared me too.
Real change, vote
Shit.
differently. Vote for the candidates, vote for the people with common sense ideas, the ones that actually make a difference.
So how could anyone watching help you on your mission?
Well, I have a Twitter page,
Okay.
Kevin V. Dahlgren, or just type Kevin Dahlgren in homeless and you're going to find me. And then truthonthestreets.org is my website.
Okay.
And of course, I have a YouTube channel called Truth on the Streets.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Kevin is my favorite dude ever and is helping make a real change. Can we help him get to 100,000 subs and help him save the city of Portland? Thanks, guys. Love you all.
Wow. Like and subscribe.